Hey everyone, Mandy Lea here. So we recently released a video about the Tab 360, nuCamp's newest model of teardrop trailer. The only thing more sought after that video has been a CS version of the 360, which is the clamshell with an outdoor kitchen in the back. And we are so excited to be able to show you that model today. Let's take a look. Now, for those of you familiar with the 320 CS, you know that you lose a little bit of interior space to get that outdoor kitchen. But what nuCamp has done with the 360 is they've increased the length just a little bit so that you don't lose any of that interior space while still adding the exterior kitchen. All right, so let's take a look at the new 360 CS model. All right, as I like to do in most of my tour videos, I'm gonna start on the outside, walk you around, and then show you the inside. Now, just like the Tab 360, the 360 CS standard is gonna come as a boondock edition. What that means is that you're gonna get the boondock step, you're gonna get the boondock diamond plate tongue box on the front of the camper, the boondock handle, and you'll get the larger all-terrain wheels and tires on the torsion axle, which gives you a little more ground clearance. There will also be an option to get the classic package with the smaller tires on the regular axle for just slightly cheaper. And you'll also have the option to upgrade with the Black Canyon package, which I will outline for you at the end of this video. All right, so let's take a walk around the outside. So first on the passenger side, we're gonna have our classic door with our classic boondock handle here. There's also the boondock step, which has a light that comes on and off automatically as you put it in and out. And then of course the doorstop here, which holds the door open when you wanna have it open. Moving along, we've got two 110 outlets here. Now these outlets will run if you're hooked up to shore power no matter what, and if you get the version with the inverter, then they'll also run off the inverter. As we move on, you can see the all-terrain tires. This is the Boondock Edition, so it shows them on the torsion axle with that nice high clearance. And along the outside, you will see the Keter rail that is on all of the nuCamp units. And then right under the bottom here on the passenger side, you'll see our propane quick connect, which has been on many of the campers, really easy to hook up any extra accessories you might have that run off of propane. Now, coming along the tail end, this is, of course, the magical door you all want to see in, and I'm going to make you wait until the end of the video before I open this door and show you what's behind it. But up above, you will see we have our skylight. Now, it's going to come standard with one 190-watt panel, unless, of course, you upgrade it to the Black Canyon Edition, in which case you'll get two 190-watt panels. All right, moving along to the driver's side. Many of you are already familiar with the Nautilus system, but if you're not, the Nautilus water system is a really wonderful system. Makes it super easy to connect your fresh water, refill your tanks, empty, clean out, winterize, everything you want to do in here. The light's an automatic light, so it'll just turn on when you open the door, and all the instructions are right there for dry camping, filling your tank, hooking up to city water, winterizing, sanitizing, everything you need to do. There is an external shower in case you want to use that for showering or just washing anything off with both a hot and a cold knob. Additionally, there's an external solar port located in here in case you have additional solar panels. It also has hookups for satellite and cable TV. And finally, if you get the Black Canyon Edition, this is where your tank heater switches are going to be located as well. And there you have it. That is followed by your 30-amp power plug. And moving on along here, we come to this last door, which is our 5-gallon cassette toilet. This is the black tank for your toilet. The convenient thing about this is that you don't have to be at an actual dump station to dump your toilet. You can just take out your cassette and you can go dump your cassette. So especially useful if you're dry camping. Okay, so while we have our 5-gallon black tank dump right here, just below that, this is going to be our gray tank dump. So you'll just use a hose to dump your gray just like you normally would. All right, now let's go check out the front of the camper. And here you will see this beautiful XL Diamond Box, which is what I believe they call it. It's a really large tongue box sitting on the front of your camper, and I absolutely love the changes they've made here. There's now a handle, so this will in fact lock. And then once you open up this box, you will see this nice huge compartment. Part of it is separated over here for the propane tank, along with plenty of storage for everything you need to store in here. Now on the side over here where the propane tank goes, there's this little door that does not lock so that you can open it up and access your propane tank in case of an emergency. And one of my favorite things is back behind the main compartment, you will find this long storage compartment back here, which you could keep any number of things, but definitely a sewer hose seems like it would fit perfect back there. And so that's really great to just have all these separated compartments in this nice large storage bin. Now that we've had a good look at the outside, follow me inside and we'll see what's changed in there. So believe it or not, the inside of the 360 CS is actually quite a bit different than the regular 360. Starting here on the front, I want to point out, first of all, the windows. nuCamp's using the tinted windows that they've released with the last year model. It's great for, you know, not heating up your camper too hot, really beautiful, still brightens up the space. The 360 CS is still going to have the two large sunroof windows. They're just kind of repositioned a little bit. The front of the camper is still going to have this great stargazer window, lets in a lot of light, really beautiful, gives you a great view out the front. Now with the regular 360, this is where the sink and the stove were located. Here in the CS, you're going to notice you just have complete counter space for whatever you need. There's still 110 outlets, USB outlets, 12-volt outlets. So if you wanted to put some appliances here, you could. There's these great key hooks with this nice accent lighting for whatever you want to hang here, whatever kind of space you want to make this. It's a really usable space. And right under this counter, instead of having a sink and a stove there, you get a lot of extra storage. So there's cabinets, and they've added some extra drawers within those cabinets to help make that space a little more usable. So rather than one large open space, you've got these compartmentalized spaces with drawers, everything you need. Underneath those cabinets, we have more drawers. And on the bottom left, you're going to see really easy access to your battery and your charge controller. So that's what's in the bottom left, but all of the rest of the space is totally open storage. Next to that, even though this is the CS model, they couldn't get rid of this beautiful fridge, right? We can't get rid of this fridge. So you have this nice tall 5 cubic foot refrigerator. It's tall, it's skinny, it's easy to use. And of course, within this refrigerator is this nice large freezer, which campers seem to have a lack of, but this one does not. So beautiful freezer and fridge space. And above that, still have even more storage. This camper is golden on storage. While we're at the front of the camper, nothing has changed in the bathroom because it didn't need to. It's the same beautiful wet bath we have in every other camper. It's got the 5-gallon cassette toilet. It's got the sink behind the toilet, which has hot and cold water. You can pull that faucet up and you can make that into your wet bath shower. It's got a classic nuCamp round window in it. There is heat in the bathroom, and I lied, one thing has actually changed. There is now an air conditioning vent in the bathroom as well, in case that's a big deal to you. There we have it for our beautiful wet bath. So you all know we're going to get to our outdoor kitchen, but while I did mention there's still an indoor refrigerator, there is also still an indoor microwave. I think this is kind of a great balance because if you want to cook outside, you're going to have your outdoor kitchen, but then you're going to have your indoor refrigerator. You can put your coffee around here, and if it's a wet, rainy day or you just want to heat up some leftovers, we're going to have our microwave. Taking a look at the rest of the camper, this is our living space over here. So one side of the camper is going to be a full-time twin or just relaxing lounge, and the other side is going to be the option of having it as your dinette or folding that down into a second twin. Currently, nuCamp does not offer the option to have this be a full-time bed, but I feel like really creative people could probably do that as a mod. So that being said, a lot of people really love the 2 twin setup because it makes it easy to get up and walk and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And again, if you want to make it one bed, you can probably do that. One of my favorite things about the Tab 360 is all of the storage that they incorporated into that camper. And the CS is no different. In fact, it even has a little bit more. So they still have all of the great overhead storage above the dinette, above the full-time bed, above the television. Even right under the television, they've utilized little spaces like a small cabinet. Under the stereo, there's a small drawer. Behind the dinette, they made a little cabinet. Under the dinette seat, there is a compartment for storage. Under the full-time bed, there's a large compartment for storage. And what they've added, because they've got the kitchen out back, they were even able to add some additional overhead storage in the back of the camper here. We've got these two nice overhead cabinets. We've got a shelf under the Stargazer window. We still have the storage at the head of the bed, and we still have the cabinet drawers that slide back at the bed, at the end of the bed as well. So to complete our comfy living space, we have a 24-inch smart TV with two speakers wired in to the left and right, and it's all connected to the Jensen sound system that you can connect to via HDMI, USB, or Bluetooth. One thing I don't think gets talked about enough in nuCamp is the amazing way they handle lighting. Of course, there's one overhead light, but they also have these great reading lights that switch from white to blue in case you need, night vision, and all of their accent lighting really along their shelves and their storage areas. Really, really thoughtful as far as just finding things you need without blinding yourself. So I love the feeling that the lighting gives in this camper. Now let's talk about the guts of this camper that make it super cozy and easy to use. So we're going to have the Alde heating system, which is both for your radiant heat and your hot water. And then we're also going to have air conditioning and all of our lighting. And all of that is controlled from this portion of the camper right here. We're going to have our water pump, our porch light, and then of course all of our beautiful accent lights, which I just talked about. The Alde and the AC are going to be controlled by the same unit here now. So it's a really nice system. You can control everything. You can have a night mode, a day mode. You can schedule it. If you get the Black Canyon package, we're also going to have a switch here, which is going to control those red underglow lights so you can turn them on and off. Overall, they make it really easy to use, all from one central location, along with extra power. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, and those of you who fast forwarded to this point, let's go take a look at the clamshell kitchen. Ta-da! Yes, I'm finally going to open this for you all. Here is the 360 clamshell kitchen, and it does not disappoint. Now I know the first concern a lot of people had was if they make a 360 clamshell, is it going to be too tall? No, it's not. I will tell you, I am 5'3.5" so I'm on the shorter end of things, and you can see they were able to make the counter a very usable height. I don't need an extra step stool or anything to make this a very usable space. Additionally, Kendrick, who is just over 6 feet, that's important, can stand under this without hitting his head on the latches. So it's great for shorter people and for taller people. Starting over here, we have a nice size sink with a faucet that's a little bit elevated, which is nice. We've got our 2-burner stove, as we've always had. And the storage space is really great. Instead of having one really huge cabinet, they've separated it into smaller units, which are a little bit easier to use. And we even have 2 smaller drawers here so that you can keep, smaller utensils and things like that in there without having to mod it or add anything on your own. Then again, we have this huge counter space over here. I mean, think of everything you can do on this counter space right here. I feel like nuCamp was really thinking about detail when they made this kitchen. They included a lot of extra shelving storage up here, which is going to be great for your spices and your pantry items, and all of your dry goods are going to be great up there. Also, they included this nice backsplash, which they've never done before, and I think that is just so key, such a nice little detail to make your cooking easier. There's hooks above the sink for, you know, rags, utensils, whatever you might need up there. They even put this great accent light on. It just adds to the experience, and I think it's such a beautiful kitchen. And then even though we have that giant fridge on the inside, if you want additional fridge space, they included the 12-volt refrigerated unit in the back as well. So we have basically all the cooler and freezer space that we could possibly want. This really is a magical camper, tons of cooking space, whether you want to cook outside and kind of tailgate with your friends, spend time on the outdoors, or if it's bad weather, there's still plenty of space to cook on the inside. And if you remember from earlier in the video, that quick connect is right here under the kitchen. So if you do want to hook up your Blackstone grill or any other stove or cooking thing that takes propane, it's going to be right here by your kitchen. So this is really the ultimate package for your outdoor cooking experience. One other thing I didn't mention is that this hatch door is actually made of fiberglass. Making this hatch door out of fiberglass is just high quality. It's going to be really weatherproof, and I think it's a great door. All right, now finally, let's have a quick chat about the specs. Now remember, this is a brand new unit. Some of these numbers could still change, but here's where we're at. The approximate dimensions will be exterior length, 18 foot 2 inches, exterior width, 7 foot 6 inches, and exterior height, 8 foot 10 inches. Now the interior height is going to be a roomy 6 foot 4 inches. And finally, the weight is going to be right around 3,100 pounds. For our tank capacities, we're going to have a usable fresh tank of 25 gallons, a gray tank of 18 gallons, and the black tank will be that 5-gallon cassette. The standard Boondock Edition is going to come with a 100 amp hour lithium battery, a 190 watt solar panel, the Alde 3030, a 24-inch smart TV, an 8.4 cubic foot diamond storage tub, a 5 cubic foot 12-volt indoor fridge, and a 45-liter 12-volt outdoor cooler. Keep an ear out to hear about upgrading to the Black Canyon package, which should have more solar, and also there should be an option to upgrade your lithium package. And finally, I'm going to really roughly ballpark the price for you. The 360 non-CS MSRP was around $45K. You'll be happy to know that this larger 360 CS trailer, the MSRP is not much more at $49K. The Black Canyon package is estimated around $52K. Again, these are just the estimated MSRPs, and the price is going to vary quite a bit depending on the dealership and where you're located. Hopefully you have enjoyed this tour of the new Tab 360 clamshell. We feel it's a really great example of nuCamp just listening to their customers and what they want. It's a great mix between the 400 interior size, the 360 bed setup, and of course the 320 clamshell setup. All in all, it kind of has everything. So here's to enjoying inside and outside of your new clamshell 360. Love and light. The clamshell version. I have hair in my mouth. It's fine.
That's pretty rambly.
I know.
Way to say it.
There is an external shower to shower externally. There's this really long compartment. Okay. I said 320 too many times. I can't remember the transition. Jensen sound system. Blah, blah, blah. Just like you need. Just like you need. Nothing else is going to be beautiful. Nothing else is going to be beautiful. I'm done being beautiful. Appreciate it. Let me just do it again. I'll do the whole thing again. Okay.